The first thing you notice in this vehicle is, of course, the strobe lights, and they are there at request of the client. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the engine, so I'm going to have to pop the hood. Oh, fuck! Damn it! Oh, you had it on?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Ah. Damn it. You got me. It's a Lexus LX 570. But you see, it's not just a regular LX 570. It's more than that. It is an armored Lexus LX 570. And today, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about an armored Lexus. This video is made possible thanks to our great friends at EXEC ARMOR. They're a company located in Ontario, Canada, that make this kind of vehicles. They basically strip down everything and make it armor. Each vehicle is made specifically to the client needs. Depends what the client wants, they will make it possible. In this case, as you can see, the exterior doesn't have the OEM wheels, something that the clients requires, aftermarket wheels. And most importantly, the car outside remains very much the same as the 2021 model. The first thing you need to know is, of course, the price. This specific one that we have for today's video cost $150,000, and that's in USD. The vehicle is actually from the US and it's being exported to Africa. I won't say exactly the place because clients want their privacy, but that's something that I wanted to mention for this video. The next thing you need to know is the actual weight of the vehicle. In order to get it to this level, they have to put different materials for protection. Therefore, the vehicle right now, it's actually over 1,600 pounds heavier than the stock version. And there are a few things that have been changed to make sure that vehicle is capable on normal roads and potentially off-road as well. The first thing you're going to notice with this is, of course, the front light. So you have the lights located in the actual grille, and the way to control that, turn it on and turn it off, you have the control unit located in the glove box, and you also get the bullhorn as well. It will be a great feature to use for left lane campers in Canada, you know, to tell them get off the freaking left lane. Each vehicle is armored in a different way. What I mean by that, well, take this one for example. It's only armored from here and all the way to the back. Every single vehicle is designed based on the client's needs, or depends how much they can afford. In this case, this one, the front area, it's technically not armored. And I asked the guys at the EXEC ARMOR, why is that? Well, most of the time, if someone is technically shooting at you, it's not shooting down onto the engine, so they're shooting this way. Chances are that the engine will not get touched, but even if it does, the engine can still run. And we're going to talk about the protection that the engine has as well. Now, in terms of the suspension system, the original Lexus, of course, came with the air ride. But what they have done in this case, they have removed the original one and they have used different upgrades for the air suspension system. That way is able to carry the weight off the vehicle, because now it's technically over 1,600 pounds heavier compared to a stock one. Therefore, you need to upgrade the air suspension right. And of course, you can use the same exact button used in the standard model to lift the vehicle or lower it. The tires in this case are actually run flat. So even if a bullet goes through, you're still able to actually drive the vehicle, depends on the speed. So you're protected on that side. The next thing they have done is the brakes. They have upgraded the actual rotors and the brake pads because now the vehicle is heavier, therefore you need great braking system. The front area, the fender over here, doesn't have steel plates and protection because, as I said, the vehicle on this side is not protected, so it's not technically bulletproof. In the back, it does have that protection for steel plates, as you can see from the video, so that way no bullets goes through. It also protects the underside of the vehicle. If you'd like, you can also armor the actual hood or the radiator, so for better protection. But most importantly though, the battery in here, it's what matters, because if you can cut the power of the vehicle, that's it, you're done. Even if the vehicle actually got a bullet through the engine, you'd still be able to actually drive for a while. Most vehicles offer what's called a firewall. So in case if the engine goes on fire, it will protect the passenger on this side. In this case, what they have done in here is that it provided an armored area full all the way through. So if you're trying to shoot straight forward, it will not get the passengers in the front, because if you didn't have the protection, the bullet will just go right through and hit a passenger or even the driver. The engine is technically the V8 5.7 liter. Nothing has changed. There are no upgrades. Now, if the customer wants upgrades on the engine, they can provide that. Every vehicle is designed and built differently based on the customer's needs. In this case, what they have done though, to protect the battery, you have full cover on the battery, so that way even bullets wouldn't go through. It also protects from fire or anything like that, because if you cut the power off the car, that's it, you're done. So they made sure that the battery is well protected. Now, if you want the actual hood to be bulletproof, you can do that, but that's going to add more weight and of course it will cost more money. Now, this is where the fun begins. You see, from there all the way to the end, the vehicle is protected, it's bulletproof. The door, the first thing you need to know, is quite heavy, and it's about 50 to 60% heavier, and the reason is very simple. The glass, the steel plate inside as well. The glass, most importantly, it is 40 millimeters thick, which is quite thick for this thing. But most importantly, you can lower the front windows, driver and the passenger side, but not the second row windows. So if you want to get some fresh air, in case if you're going to use this for protection, I don't think you care much about air and you want to keep it closed. The next thing that I found quite interesting is the door handle. The door handle, it's not just a door handle, it actually comes protected. And what they have done is that they have added a shocking option. So if you try to open the door and you have a switch inside, you can turn it on and turn it off. If you try to put your hand inside and open the door when the switch is on, it will basically give you a shock, so that way you don't open the door. That kind of feature should be offered in fridges, because in case if you don't want people to open your fridge, they'll get a nice surprise. Now, that kind of feature is offered in all the door handles. Even the rear doors receive the same thing. And most importantly, you also get the thick glass in here, but you can't open the rear windows. And what they have done in this case, because of this side here that you see is not protected, the glass ends right at the side, what they have done is they've included more protection in here. So that way, in case, let's just say, the bullet goes through this side, it will not go through because it has the inside protection. Very smart. Also, this area here, the full part, is all bulletproof. Now, let's jump in the back and let me show you some more cool features. Besides the battery, the gas tank is also armored. So that way, if let's just say they throw anything underneath like a bomb or anything, will protect, because again, if you can cut the power, that's it, you're done. The tailgate in this case remains very much the same as the stock version, because what they have done is that they've created a separate wall behind this, which I'll show you in a minute, to protect the rear end. The problem is that the tailgate itself, if you had to make this armored, it would be very hard for the actual dampers on the side to open the tailgate. It's already heavy itself, so adding that on top would make it impossible. So what they have done is, let me show you that. So what they have done, they've included this bulkhead door built in-house specifically for this reason. And what you do is you have the handle on this side and you open it. That way you have access to the actual trunk space. But you don't get much trunk space with this. You're still getting a little bit. What you can do is just fold the seats in the third row and you give yourself more space. But what matters is the actual protection that you get. And to make sure that you can see inside, they've also added this glass, which again is armored as well. It's thick as the ones used in the actual front doors and the rear doors. But you're still getting space in the back. If you want to go grocery shopping, I'm assuming someone that owns a car like this maybe has servants to do that kind of job. Now, some of you probably are asking, what happens to the actual gas tank door? Well, in this case, the Lexus is locked on the inside, so you can't open on the outside. But I'm assuming if you try to do that, I'm sure you'll get a notification in the actual car. The next thing you need to know is the fact that the actual fender in the back, it is protected with steel plates all around it. So even if throwing grenades or even trying to shoot the vehicle, this still provides massive protection on the sides. So the door, because it is quite heavy, they have actually included more reinforcement, because if you open the door completely, well, the whole thing will just fly out because it's quite heavy. So they've included the actual strap located at the bottom. That way it can withhold the pressure of opening the door or even closing on that side. The interior remains very much the same. They haven't changed anything, so you're still getting all the tech features you get in a standard Lexus LX 570. In this case, this is fully loaded with everything, and it comes with all the off-road options. So things here remain very much the same. The difference is that the actual windshield, of course, the most important part of this car would be this part here. It is removed, and now it's a thick armored part. And most importantly, the actual sunroof now, it's completely locked. So you can't even open the sunroof or the actual sunshade, because that again is for protection. Now, in terms of this side over here, what they have done with the door is that they sort of like cut through to actually insert the glass, because the glass is over 40 millimeters thick. So that way it's nice and useful for the front area. On top of that, you have the protection on this side added, as I mentioned previously, in case if someone tries to shoot a bullet in here, because the actual center bar is armored as well. But the door is one thing that it's crazy about this car, is the fact that it's so heavy to open and close. I'd hate to have that kind of job, opening and closing doors here for the owners. The entire floor of the vehicle is actually armored as well. It can take up to 2 DM51 grenades, so you're well protected. The third one, well, you don't want to find out. Now, in terms of the actual side here, the roof, it's also armored as well, because in case if someone is shooting from up or they throw a bomb or anything like that, you get protection on this side as well, which is why they have actually closed the roof completely, so you don't get any access. And in this case, this has only one, but I was able to actually see a Cadillac Escalade, the new model, and the Tahoe that is fully closed. You have no access. Another thing that I noticed with this when you jump in is how quiet it is inside. It is extremely quiet, and the vehicle, when you drive it, feels very heavy. And that's what we're going to find out next. So let's go for a drive. Oh man. First of all, man, it is so quiet inside. I'm driving at normal speed. If I just release everything, the RPM it's under 1,000. So I have not pressing anything. I have it in drive mode, and I'm just letting the car drive, and it's under 1,000 RPM. It's quite impressive. That's more than you need. So it's still driving, even though it's like 1,700 pounds more. Like, keep in mind, this thing can tow over 5,000 pounds, but payload is a bit different than that. So it's quite an interesting vehicle, but again, let's push it. Okay, not bad. Whoa, man.
You can't pull that on me if you're not going to go into it yourself.
Oh, they're off? Okay. I forgot the lights on. I got you twice today.
I mean, you got me once.
Twice. This is the second time.
When was the first time?
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Okay. My buddy Kevin is with me today, and he's helping out with the video, and I got him on that. I turned on the actual shocking. The shock thing here, like you have the switch. Oh, that's so easy. But it's so quiet inside. It's so enjoyable. You don't hear anything. Even the engine, you hear just a little bit. Like the car feels like it's gonna flip over kind of thing. It won't, but it does feel like that. You know what? Let me just lower the suspension system, because here we go. Okay, it's lowering. Okay, Okay, it's all the way at the bottom now, and the car is screaming. Now it's adjusting the suspension system to the right height. I can't stretch my... Oh, okay. I can't do this because the glass, it's all the way here. Because the glass now is, of course, thicker than normal. Man, this thing... Look at that. It's just like a boat ride. Oh, this is crazy. The brakes, shockingly, are really good. They had to upgrade the rotors. They had to upgrade a lot of things. Unfortunately, I can't drive this a lot because, first of all, the license plate, you're not allowed to drive past certain kilometers. And most importantly, it is a client's car, so we want to be respectful of them, even though I'm sure they don't care. This thing has 19,000 miles, so we should be fine on that. This is so impressive. Okay, let me push this. Okay. Pretty good. Let's try braking. It's not bad at all for the weight added to this vehicle. This is so impressive. Oh, man, I want one now. I really want one. It's just for fun. Like, it's not that I need it. I'm sure I do need it probably for the YouTube haters, but I don't think they're as violent. They're just keyboard warriors. This thing, it's so different from a regular Lexus LX 570. For a V8, it's actually doing pretty well. I'm quite impressed with it. It's like actually driving a massive tractor trailer. It's what this thing feels like. And the air suspension system, it just goes up and down, but it manages the weight very well. Do I need a daily like this? Not really. I love it though. It's a lot of fun just to drive it. And it's also very interesting to learn and know how it actually feels like driving one. And most importantly, how they make it. That's what I love about it. Unfortunately, I can't share anything about this vehicle because it's, of course, privacy. It's a privacy matter. So I couldn't tell you exactly how they built them. Everything comes down to privacy. So it was just interesting for me to see it, and the amount of work that they put in these two cars is insane. It takes quite a while to build one. Now, the next question a lot of people are asking is, what happens to the actual warranty if the vehicle is new? Because technically this is used, so the warranty is gone. If the vehicle is new and it's staying in North America, the warranty is still valid. A lot of companies will honor the warranty. I believe the guys were telling me they had a Range Rover which had a water pump, and it was shipped to Florida. It was a US car, and the actual dealership agreed to change it because it was still under warranty. So yes, they can. But if the vehicle leaves North America, no warranty. The warranty is gone. Most of these cars are bought in the US, I believe, or even Canada, and they are shipped everywhere in the world, in the Philippines, I believe, in Africa. Different celebrities order them from this store, from this business. So they're well known. They've been over 20 years in the business, so they know exactly what they're doing with these products. But it was interesting to learn about the actual warranty, which is shocking that companies will honor that after all the parts. And most importantly, anything that it's been added to the vehicle by the company will be under warranty as well. So any parts, so for example, the air suspension system as well, anything else included, it will be protected and it will be under the warranty of the company. So we'll take care of that. Anything else, it's not up to them. It depends. If it's a used one, then it's your responsibility. But they've been tested before they're given to the clients, which is important to make sure that everyone gets a safe car, and most importantly, something that actually works. I love this, and I'm going to review more cars like this. I love this kind of cars because you get to really see them after you see them on TV and how celebrities drive around in this thing. So for me, it was quite important, and it was just a lot of fun to be able to drive this. If you want to know more about the company, everything will be in the description box. You can reach out to them, great people to work with. And of course, this video is not sponsored by this company. With that in mind, stay safe, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.